Hi and welcome to a pick a card reading for the month of April. Hi and welcome. I'm a little bit late this month with my pick a card reading. Things have just been crazy busy lately, so yeah. But anyway, I'm going to do it right now. So this is for a pick a card reading for the month of April. So if you haven't already, please pick row 1, 2 or 3 and we'll get going with it. My name's Franziska, and I make pick a card videos. I also work full time as a psychic reader, and and I do all of that, which isn't just doing readings. It means being a web designer, being a bit of everything. So yeah. But anyway, I enjoy a good challenge of learning new things like web design, so it's all good. Anyway, if you've picked a row, let's get started with row 1. So if you've picked row 1, we start the month out with the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is basically saying, focus on your work, get stuck in, stay clear, and you're going to get a lot achieved. You're going to really make headway. It's not drudgery, it's not like slave labor or anything like that. It's actually something you want to work towards. It's something that you enjoy or take pleasure in. And this is saying that if you get stuck in at the beginning of April, you're going to really achieve a great deal. So yeah, it looks very promising for the start of the month. Okay, so mid-month, we've got Judgment, which is not about being judged. It's basically a new beginning. There's a big change coming. There's a big turnaround coming in your life. And it's time to look at things with fresh eyes. Don't let past experiences confuse you or, shape your decisions. Your decisions right now have to be about now and the future and have nothing to do with the past. And that can be about your work, your relationships, your goals in life, your family, anything like that. There's a fresh new start and a new way of seeing things and a whole lot of new clarity and strength this month for you. So, if you've had things in your life that have been feeling stuck or not really working for you, by mid-month things are really clearing and, you've got a clear path ahead. So if you're feeling a bit concerned at the moment about something, please know that by the middle of the month things are going to be working a whole lot smoother and clearer and moving ahead for you. So it's a very, very positive influence. By the end of the month, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So row 1's got quite a lot to do with work or your creativity or a project you're involved with. And this is saying you don't always have to do it all alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for assistance or guidance or input on things you're trying to do. And to, keep going, keep working towards your goals. Don't give up. This month you're going to be getting stuck in, getting a lot done, and if you do, you're going to be really in a nice harmonious place with your projects, with your work, with your creativity, all of those sort of things. I mean, this could be a project in your house or something like that. It could be your actual work, it could be a creative project, but something is really coming together this month. So it's really important you don't slide into self-doubt or worry or stress. Just keep going ahead and know that there are people out there who've got your back, and your guides have got your back too, okay? So don't forget to ask them for help. They can be very helpful with, making opportunities pop up in your life and things like that. So, yeah, please do ask for assistance if you need it. There are people out there who'd like to, help you, to support you, to encourage you and things like that. So, yeah, very, very focused on your goals and achievements this month. But also it's got a real breath of fresh air and new beginnings and new creativity and progress and a lot of good things moving forward. So it looks very, very good. So if you've picked row 2, we start the month with the World, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. It's a very balanced, harmonious card of completion. like you've reached a new level, a new stage in your life. And this can be a new level of awareness with your spiritual growth. This can be a new stage in your life, how you're living your life. It could be a big move and things like that. But whatever it is that's going on in your life at the beginning of the month, it's coming together, it's pulling together, things are in harmony, things are coming full circle, and you're leaving a lot of the past stuff behind, and you're really at a very fresh new beginning. So you can move forwards with confidence, you know what you're doing, you've gathered all the skills you need to keep moving forwards, to keep having your focus on your goals, and to keep moving your projects and your ideas, your dreams, your goals forward. So there's a lot of contentment with that too. A lot of there's a real peacefulness to knowing what you're doing and knowing where you're going. I suppose those are really strong, clear messages with that influence. So mid-month, we've got the King of Cups, which is, once again, it's a quiet strength. If it indicates you, it means you're coming to a quieter, calmer strength within yourself, a mature strength, rather than, a bolshy, boisterous strength. This is just a quiet, calm sense of, you know what you're doing. Don't doubt yourself. Keep moving forwards. Don't get stuck. Just keep moving things forwards for yourself at a good pace, at a steady pace, because you do have the strength, you have the skills, you have the ability to achieve everything you want to. So it's a very positive influence. Sometimes it can indicate a person with those qualities, somebody calm and strong who can, advise you or guide you at this time. So, if you're needing some input and somebody like that, they'll be a good person to talk to. Somebody, calm, with a calm strength, I think is the best way to put it. A self-contained, comfortable, calm strength. So, but they're qualities that you have built up and gathered and developed over time, so yeah. In most cases, it'll actually indicate that it's about you. And by the end of the month, you've got the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of cups here. It's a very loving, harmonious influence. It's a more feminine one this time. And it can indicate somebody in your life who's a very loving, gentle, caring, nurturing kind of person that you have around you at the end of the month, which, can be. Or it can be something you're developing, because you've overcome so many things in your life. You're actually at a comfortable space within yourself, and this means you're becoming more open and more receptive to other people and more loving. It's also a really, really good influence for romance and love. If you're male, it can indicate somebody very warm and loving coming into your life. If you're female, it's indicating that you're heading into a really loving, open, caring, affectionate time in your romantic life. It's warm fuzzies all around with that influence. So you've got a lot of that this month, a lot of really warm, strong, kind, loving energy in your life all around you. So it's pretty beautiful. So make the most of it, enjoy it. It's certainly something to be, enjoyed, and you're on your track, you're on your path. It's a good indicator for relationships. It's also indicating with other areas of your life. You don't have to fret or stress or freak out. You've got that calm confidence now to keep moving ahead, to keep going. Don't let panic push you off the path. Don't let old worries or old concerns trigger you and make you revert back to, stressing and panicking and things like that. This is more about you've got this, you know what you're doing, keep moving forward. That can be about your career, if you're having a bit of stress around that. This is saying, please don't stress. You've gathered a lot of skills. You're in a good place. You can move ahead and do very, very well. So, it's a pretty awesome row for row 2. So for row 3, we start the month with the Page of Pentacles, which is once again, it's creativity, work, getting things done. There's quite a creative influence to it. So if you've got some creative projects you want to get stuck into this month, and that can be a garden, it can be redecorating your house, it can be actually doing some kind of art or creativity, it can be music, it can be anything like that. It's the beginning of the month. It's a good time to get creative and to use that creativity. It's also about learning. You're learning new skills. There are new skills coming into your life that you're developing and learning, and you are growing a huge amount this month in your practical endeavours. So that could be your career or your business, and that you're learning a whole lot of new things about how that works and how to make it work better, and how to really hone your skills and get them on the level. So yeah, things work really, really well for you. You've got the Page of Cups, so you've got 2 pages. They're both about growth and learning. So mid-month, there's a bit more emotional learning and growth going on, but it's very loving. Can also indicate that somebody who's got a sense of innocence to them, a sense of, that innocent kind of love that we have when we're quite young before we've had our hearts broken. It's indicating that kind of love around you, and that can be with a romantic partner or somebody new. Or it could be a stage you're developing where you're willing to put the past behind you and start trusting again, to open your heart again, to let people into your heart, to let people into your space. If you're, if you've become super independent and have developed walls or very strong boundaries, this is saying it's okay to let go a little bit. You're strong enough now to back yourself up, and some of that protection you can let go and let people in. But it's a very loving, very gentle, very kind influence, and you're developing emotionally a lot this month. You're learning a lot about yourself, about love, about what that means for you, what kind of love you need, and expressing love too. So there's a lot of that. It's quite beautiful. So mid-month is, emotionally a very fulfilling and enriching time. And by the end of the month, you've got the Knight of Swords, which is one of confidence, courage, and thriving and moving forwards. Really, there's a lot of drive, a lot of energy, a lot of almost forcefulness. So you're ready to go for your goals. You're ready to go for what you want. All this gathering of information and learning and growing you've done earlier in the month. By the end of the month, you're ready to really get going, to really get moving forwards, to really thrive and develop your path. So courage, victory, confidence, all of those things are really, really enhanced at the end of the month. For row 3s, you can pretty much achieve anything you set your mind to at the end of the month and go for what you want. And that could be, going for a new job. It could be planning travel and making sure you go. It can also be, going after that person you'd like to be with and being quite courageous, overcoming any old fears and being courageous in the area of love and taking that risk, So, it really looks beautiful. It looks like an interesting month. We're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, so it's quite interesting. These cards don't really reflect that powerfully, the Mercury retrograde. Sometimes during a Mercury retrograde, I'll do one of these readings and it'll be absolute chaos, absolute just stuff all over the place, crazy things happening. But it's actually quite a calm one. And I think the trick with Mercury retrograde is, literally, Mercury doesn't go backwards. It just appears to be going backwards. So retrograde is a description of something that appears to be. But anyway, Mercury retrograde for me has always been one of sort of going with the flow. I find through experiments when going through Mercury retrograde, I have always done better during that time with less silly things happening if I actually go with the flow and don't force things and don't push things too hard. Things seem to go better, if you just chill and rest a bit and take a bit of time and trust, and things go better. Whereas if you're really trying to push and force things during that time, I find that's when things break. Mercury retrograde is known for electronics, mechanical things breaking, communication going haywire between people and all sorts of things like that. But I find if you don't force things, you don't get so much of that, you're not pushing against the flow. Like if Mercury's energy is going backwards and we're trying to force against that, then we're going to create energetic conflict, you know. So if we're just kind of cruising and going with it, we're not going to run into as much energetic conflict. But this one doesn't look that major anyway, from what I can see here. Things are flowing nicely for all 3 rows. Things are looking empowering and very, very lovely and healing, and yeah, very, I don't know how to put it. They just look like things are progressing quite nicely at a nice pace, at a nice flow, quietly. And for row 3s, yeah, by the end of the month, and Mercury retrograde will be over and done with by then anyway. It's time to push forward. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please give this a like or subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really does make a difference. I want to send you all lots and lots of love, and have a wonderful April, and I'll see you next month.